In the news for April the 5th, oh goodness gracious, 16th, 17th, 2014, April 17th, 2014, just kidding with you. Anyway, today there is a massive assault going towards Obama. I mean, not Obama, just want to keep you up. Now, it's a major assault going against Alex Jones and anybody that supports Alex Jones because they're trying to say that he's demonizing. They're demonizing him. They're demonizing him. Glenn Beck is the header-upper, along with 5 other FBI retired affiliates. They get it, retired. I mean, he can't get the real people because he can't afford them. Meaning Glenn Beck, that is. Saying all kinds of lies about Alex Jones, because I always knew that Alex Jones was the real deal, but I always knew also that Glenn Beck was a sellout. Like, he's working on both sides. Like, he wants to get rid of Alex Jones so that Glenn Beck can steal the spotlight and take his popularity with him and all. But of course, that's not going to work because Glenn Beck will probably be the one getting killed first before Alex Jones does. Because he's the one that spearheaded this campaign saying he's a liar and that he might as well just say that, even though Alex Jones has been telling the truth the whole time and saying that he causes violence and all. I mean, this is ridiculous. He's not telling people to do violence. There's no violence in the video. He wasn't telling people when they came there with their arms. Alex Jones didn't tell them to bring their guns. He just told them to go out there and show solidarity and support. You mean they all agree with each other? That's what solidarity means for people who don't know what that means. But the thing is, he's not causing any violence. He didn't tell those people to bring those guns. They brought them because that's what freedom's about. Freedom is a price. Freedom is something, it's a choice, and it's not free because you have to fight for it. That's what all the people in our history fought for. If people know history, that's freedom comes with a price. And so we have to fight even now. Hopefully we don't have to get to a battle, but it could lead to that if the government keeps, because it's like the globalists, they want to really start a war with patriots in the Tea Party because they're afraid of us because they know the truth is getting out. And it's like bombshells is blowing up all their plots because we're exposing it all to the public, which is ever so more waking up all the more, Every time something happens, they announce it and brag about it in plain view and in plain sight through movies and through news clippings. And Obama, the mouthpiece of it all, he talks about it in plain sight. It says one thing, but really means something else. And you always know that because that's his old MO and stuff they used 20 years ago. It ain't going to work today because we know all about their blueprint, about how they carry things out. So that's what they're trying to do, just demonize and try to go after Alex Jones as being the bad guy when really he's not. Actually, all the stuff he's been saying actually is incredibly true, and people up high know it, and they're just trying to put him out because they're scared to death because they know he's exposing them and for what they really are, and they want to try to get him to be quiet, and they're scared, so they hired Glenn Beck, along with Fox News, NBC News, all the state-bought media might say Glenn Beck has been bought too by the government too because he seems to be working for him. The way he's acting, so that conservative act and all, using that psychology, military style psychology, looks like classic government stuff with a conservative twist to it, trying to act like he's sort of like Alex Jones when he's nowhere near, he'll never be close. And even if something happens to Alex Jones, he'll never be in the same arena with Alex Jones, but nothing's going to happen to Alex Jones because God has got a seal over him. And God will keep him alive for as long as he wants Alex Jones to be alive, which I think it's going to be for a long time. Even if things really do escalate, Alex Jones will be protected by God, by the real God, not the God of this world, the devil, like who Glenn Beck seems to be working for. But the God of the universe, the Lord, will protect Alex Jones and other people that are like him doing the good, exposing the truth, and getting these people who are in our government being called for justice. That's what we need to do, is call these people, these tyrants, these two-faced liars, criminals of what they are, and expose these thugs. I don't care if they're men or women, or even if the president himself is doing it. We need to bring them to justice because that's where they belong. And if they go after people and they might manufacture a false flag, I mean, you know, like Clinton said, like they said when Clinton, the only way he could regain people is through the Oklahoma City bombing, and people side with him. I never side with him, you know, but you know, I don't agree with the bombing either. But I know that was manufactured by a false flag, and you know, Oklahoma City bombing was a false flag. They got receipts, the government people that actually planted the bombs. They got papers that talk about the bombs. They got things showing them planting the bombs. They got them blowing them up, you know, and they see people running away from the scene. You know, they got it all on tape. You know, they got the footage, you know, and they got it all written down before it happened. So, same with 9/11. It's all been an inside job by our government. They even admitted openly that they're given to the Al-Qaeda, you know, people that are working, people were hired to work for our government and paid ransomly from our government to go blow up other countries and to kill other Christians in other places all around the world. So, you know, our government's just doing all kinds of lies, and that's why we got to stop them. You know, they're getting too big and getting out of bounds. We got to put them back in balance. And how we're going to do this is not an out war. If we can avoid it, that's what we want to do. But if it leads to that, that'll be the last recourse. But how we're going to do it is through legal process, taking them to court, get lawyers to hear the cases, arrested these people and putting them in jail where they rightfully belong. The bad people in the government, the criminals who they are, the good people in the government, will leave them alone. The ones that really do care, the ones that look out for people like me and Alex Jones and keep us safe, they'll be alive because they're standing up and doing the right thing. But the ones that are being criminal, they will be dealt with and they will be put in jail and persecuted the way they need to be because the way they went after innocent people, like they shot that teenage boy out there in Nevada. You know, Harry Reid. Harry Reid is actually his name. He is behind that. He made a deal with Chinese. It's all in the 2012 papers that were written, exposes all that in the white papers. And Harry Reid, along with other men. I know it's going to serve as more people that sign this deal. Clinton also was behind it too, you know. So, you know, this president, we're talking about a former president, Clinton. You know, Obama might have had something to do with it too. All this stuff always comes out in the wash. I don't care how dictator or how you get, it's going to come out. And when it does, these people are going to be exposed and they're going to be arrested for what they've done. And like I said, there's over 5,000 people that need to go to jail that are in the government that are bad. There's a lot more people that work for our government nationwide than 5,000. But, you know, most people are centered in Washington, D.C. that are the bad ones. So, you know, of course, the other ones across America, too, that are part of that 5,500 people that need to be arrested so far. And there may be more as time goes, but that's the number of this hour of who will be arrested and who will be rounded up. And then to talk about all these camps they denied that were built, the FEMA camps, and they were built. And that's for all the conservative and all the veterans and for all the religious groups and the Tea Party to all be in. And, you know, that's not right. I mean, why should we support something that's a nanny state when yet we're supposed to be a free society? Where is it free where you got benefits going out to 125 million people in the United States when only 80 million people are actually working and paying taxes? Huh? How does that compute? When it's 350 million people that live in this country, how does that compute? It doesn't. You know, I'm not saying stop the benefits, but more people need to work. And a lot of people like me, I even work some because I believe in working. I think it's good. You know, I get a check, but I also work some too. I'm trying to grow a business, but these regulations are hard. And it's all because of the laws that they put in place. The lawyers and all that they put in place, the New World Order is destroying businesses. And, you know, this is supposed to be a free country. Where is it free? I don't see it free. It seems like it's more harder to do stuff now than it was 10 years or 20 years ago even. And, you know, it shouldn't be that way. If we're free, then why are all these regulations in place? Why are they coming up with all these ridiculous rules and codes and laws? And this Obama fraud insurance system. This is fraud, people. What we're doing, you know, telling us we have to get immunized, telling us we have to have insurance when there's nothing that says that we have to have that. They can't make that a law. That goes against the Constitution and what the laws are in this country. And they go writing laws that go against the laws that are really in place. You know, that's where the government has gone bad, has gone corrupt. You know, people that are doing good, you know, we need to get in office that actually stick up and say stuff for the people. instead of people going out and having a massive demonizing campaign, I bet you there's people up in Washington laughing about what they're doing to Alex Jones, using Glenn Beck, to do it, and the ABC and CBN and just to name a few, it's state-run media. They've been bought off by the government, with blood money. But, why would you believe anything they say? Because all those news medias that are all dead anyway, and Glenn Beck's going to be dead too of a mysterious death. He might have 30 bodyguards, but if they, somebody could come and shoot all of them down, it wouldn't matter. So, and I know he's scared, so he's just trying to react because he was put up to it and probably paid something to do it. Just like all these other bought-off medias, just like Glenn Beck, he's a sellout. He's not real. He's just a sellout. He's just a sellout, and he's just working for both sides, trying to act like he's conservative when he ain't none of the sort. He's just a demon that's working for the government, and he's been bought out and probably drugged and probably brainwashed to sell out to them, and that's why he's doing this, because he thinks by doing that he'll be shielded, but actually he's going to probably be killed first before Alex Jones will be killed, because a lot of people that think that are the ones that always get killed mostly quicker than the other people that are actually the other people, because when people do that, they tend to get killed first, mainly quicker. So that's something to think about, Glenn Beck. You might want to stop your pursuit because you look like a phony to me. You look like a two-faced, lying, false, anti, just somebody just trying to demonize and stir up deceit and falsehood, and that's not. If you're really a man like you say you are, you shouldn't be slamming other people, even if you don't agree with everybody. I don't agree with everything Alex Jones says all the time, but most of it I do. And I tell you what, I'm not going to slam him for it because I know what he's doing, I believe mostly is for the good, and I know he is of the good. So why slam him? Why slam anybody for that matter? Nobody's slamming you except for now when you did what you did today and what you did on Friday. So stop it. Stop stirring up all these lies about him and about other people that associate with him. Because when you're talking about him, you're talking about me. And when you're talking about me, you're talking about Jesus. You talk about this God that's going to protect you because you think you are a God. Well, I got news. This God that you're talking about is probably the devil, and that's who you're working for. You're not working for the God of the universe. You're working for the God of the air, the prince of the air, Satan. And along with the government that believes all about this New World Order nonsense, the global warming nonsense, which is all lies from hell. That's who you all are working for. You're not working for the true God, because God would not enslave his people. The real God would not take away their rights or take away their freedoms or take away their guns. Because the real God who made this nation to what it is knew that those things were essential to protect the family. And they weren't just meant for recreation articles. They were meant for hunting and for protection. That's what the guns, why we have them. Remember, it's the people that gave the government the power. Not the government was already there. No, the people are what made the government the government. People gave the government's power. Well, the people can also take the government's power and also collapse the government, because that's the way it is in the Constitution, the way it's written. And that's the way it still is. So anyway, that's the news. I'm going to leave you with that. Subscribe down below. Tell people about us and tell us what you think. And, please support our cause. Give donations because we need them. I love you all for all those that do. And peace. Peace to all who help us. And thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow or later on today with another update. This is in the news for April the 17th, 2014.